What's up, everybody? Welcome to another market structure video. In this video, we're going to be diving into minor structure. So we started learning major and minor structure, and now I want to look at minor structure. So I talked about market structure being fractals, right? And structure forming inside of structure and all of those. But it's important that you understand the overall picture and then what is happening on the inside of that overall picture. So we're going to look at market structure. The reason I'm starting with market structure is I can't remember if we've done major structure, but the reason I want to do market structure is because what is happening currently right now in the market, and especially this week, was market structure extraordinaire. It was market structure playing out by the book. So let us see what happened on the charts with gold. So what happened is the last analysis from the weekly analysis that I do is that I had this area that it's like my area of interest. By the time price opened up, we had this push down here. So this price was here as at Friday close, and then when it opened on Sunday, we did a drop. That's a sell right there up onto this level. And since then, it has been exhausting around here, and we have been seeing minor structure play out. And we were seeing price trying to exhaust this very bearish momentum. So anytime price moves aggressively like this, you don't want to go straight into buying. That's what we talk about, studying price momentum as well. It's not about going straight into buying, it's waiting for price to finish, right? So this is the level where I was looking at, like for price to get to, and then it's exhausting around that area. We're going to see if we have a close. We don't have a close around there. And why am I waiting for price to do that? Is because that is the previous lower low in that area. So when we talk about market structure, to recap, we talked about it creating on an uptrend. We have the higher highs and higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs. We don't have any break of structure except a structure breaks the previous higher low. That's when you have a change of that market structure. And then most likely price is going to come and retest the previous high that it came from. So market structure, now this is a 4-hour time frame. Minor structure, you want to break it down and then go down into a lower time frame after you have marked up the levels of the higher time frame, right? So I explained this in a short video and I explained what price did around here, but let's just study it. This is a consolidating price action, right? But the main momentum, look at it. Where is the main momentum facing? Is mostly sales. But do you want to say there were no buys in this? Of course, there were buys, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how we could have taken advantage of that. So first of all, by the time we had that strong push finish, we had this retest back up, and then price came back down here to um, validate this area. Um, came back into support zone. First of all, that green level is our 4-hour support. So we are looking like, okay, in this area, we can have some bullishness. So when on the 15 minutes, you see something like this, where you have some bullish momentum and everything, you push, you see your confluence, it didn't go below this exhaustion here. and then you have that push up onto this previous supply zone here. That is about 164 pips. And then when price came back here, validating this, first of all, the trend line was not there already, because for us to draw a trend line, we need two touches. This was the second touch. For us to draw a trend line for a downtrend, we need two touches of lower highs, right? So, and this just created the lower high, and then that lower high got, that area got validated. This will be a supply zone here. This is also a week here that is validating. It's actually filling up that imbalance candlestick right there of that supply. So this is respecting that area with some bearish candlestick, and then you have this right here, and you have that push down all the way down. If you actually put a fib right here, this is a TP1 of that fib then, and that is one trade or two trades, if you will. So this is one at 160. Then you have the other one. Entry could have been around here as 210 pips. Still inside here. Now you have your exhaustion waiting for price to finish forming. You have this bullish structure here. At this point, you already have two touches of the lower high. Then this lower high created a lower low. So it's a valid one, right? So at this point, price came back up here to this trend line right here, created a candlestick variation, and then went all the way back to retest that candlestick variation before pushing down. That push down was around here, 240 pips, went straight into the level that we were looking at, that's 3,366, and then inside that structure, you can see we are still using a level and a method of confluence. If it was on a higher time frame so that we saw this is how we'll trade it. And the tricky thing is that if this structure should play out on a higher time frame, how would you trade it? Because it can. It will, if you backtest it, you will see that it has happened before and price has played out like this. And this kind on a higher time frame will happen for weeks. It's not going to be just days. To happen for weeks. So you want to know how to maneuver and to adapt to what price is doing currently. This is why sometimes some strategies may not work in all market conditions. You can see how these weeks are just wicked, and it's bouncing off levels and then coming back to that area. So in case you were in profit, you were in loss, you were in profit, and you think it was just playing with you, it's just structure that is forming inside of structure. So you also have that push up again. Again, another confluence that I knew that this was going to come down was because of this non-divergent structure right here. And then you have this higher low. Literally, this is like a minor structure, uh, higher low point, right? Even if it doesn't get to that first take profit level of the fib, it got to the trend line. And at the trend line again, you also have some supply zone, which it calls in for bearish momentum, and then you can take it all the way down back to support. The rule with trading inside a consolidation is that you want to know where to get out of the market. So you want to know where to get out of the market. So right here, you have this bullish right here you are, this is our support, and now you have this bullish candlestick variation that pushed price all the way up, and all. Again, you have this non-divergent structure right here that shows that price is still going to come down. So you hold off on any major buys. So the buy went up onto this level, and what did price do? There was no close above. If you want to know that price is closing above, is that it's going to close above that trend line, push away from it, a literal break, push it away from it, and then come back to retest. That's a clear break of structure. It's going to break some sort of structure. And let me talk about this area where we had clear bullish momentum and we could have waited for something like this to push away. Right now, if price doesn't break it, it will respect it, and it can break it and not respect it at the same time. Just watch out for your levels. Now that area was that is why it is called an area of interest, where you are looking at something can happen in this area. So it broke, it broke, and then retested. So there could be break and retest, and there's break, retest, so you want to know where you are in the market and what price is doing at any point that you are in. So next, we had this structure right here form clearly. This is a lower high. Obviously, we've seen from there that we're going to come all the way down. This was even the trade that, once this played out, it got out of the market around here, 180 pips. And then price came back here, gave some exhaustions, gave divergence right here. We had divergence right here, and then it pushed all the way down. Now, this is a clear break and retest on minor structure. We broke this support zone and demand zone, and then created exhaustions right here, closed below it, and stayed around there to break all the way down to the first take profit level. Every level, and what price is currently doing is still consolidating around there. So we'll see what it does. It can move all the way up, but there is no major buying until we have a clear break of that trend line, this trend line here, and we'll see. So minor structure is paying attention to what is happening right now. Okay, what's happening right now? Just zooming in and paying close attention to the structure that is happening right now. And also, yeah, I think we'll go over GJ in another video. Meanwhile, let me talk about the major structure of all the minor structures we talked about. Our major structure, this, you can see this is just exhaustion, like it's just coming down, and it's not even creating divergence. And this actually finished up uh the fib structure and all. So major structure could be a pullback, It could be a pullback. What is happening with that? Is just exhaustion, right? Because this bullish structure is still forming. We can't say that the structure has changed to a downtrend, except we have a break of structure. So this can easily still come back up here, right? Or keep going, market will react however it wants to react. So yeah, that's also sitting on that trend line that I just put um so yeah, that could be another confluence for us, which is a break of the trend line. So, but currently we'll see if it will bounce off it and if it will validate it and see. And if it will, we'll take it step by step to 3,400 or 391. Take it step by step and then we'll see what price is doing. Okay, so that is a breakdown and an in-depth look as to what minor structure is doing. Okay, as we go on, you can also see what major structure is doing, and we'll look at this on other pairs. All right, I'll see you in the next video. I'm a little tired. I'm a lot tired today, but I needed to just continue on the videos we are putting out and make sure you back test. Also share this video with a trader that you know and comment what other comment if you don't understand anything or if you would like to just understand what I'm doing or any questions about it. I'll see you in the next video.